Good morning, everybody, with another edition of the Practice Gratitude Success Show. And our guest today is someplace in cyberspace. He's over here on the sideline, and I just sent him a link. I could just bring him right in. But if you notice, I'm sitting next to something that I didn't have before. I have a microphone stand, which I had the microphone, but let me show you what I used to put my microphone in. I used to put it inside a candle. And that's why sometimes the sound would go in, sometimes it would go out. But anyways, somebody sent me this thing. I didn't even know was coming, but I have a feeling I know who it is, and hopefully we're going to find out who sent me this here today before the show's over. So, anyways, thank you so much for everybody who's here today. I want to give a big thank to Chris Schaus, to Len Mooney, to our host today, Jackson Kelly, who is someplace here in cyberspace. But Jackson just had a tremendous phone call just a few minutes ago. Hey, Jay, man, I see you're in here. Are you experiencing some sound issues? Okay, J-Man, I cannot hear you. Can you hear me? Okay, Jackson's having some trouble with his sound at this point. I cannot hear. Can you guys hear Jackson? Can you hear me? Type it in case somebody can hear me. If anybody can hear me, because maybe could be my sound. I don't know. It's possible that could be. So hopefully there's a little delay here in the chat. So hopefully they'll get back with me here and find out whose sound that is. Okay. So Len said he can hear me. Okay, so let me click over here. There's another way for me to bring Jackson over here. Let me go bump like this, and he should be on the way over right now. He should be in cyberspace on the way over. So let me go back over here. Chat. Okay, boom. Okay, hi, Christi. Jay, man, I see you made it back.
Whose sound is it?
He's back. You get not. I think I know I know exactly what happened.
What?
You were so powerful on this Set It on Fire call today that your voice there was no more. There was just no more voice left in you. You were talking, but nothing was coming out.
Oh, that's funny. But I imagine everybody can hear now. I like your microphone. I like that.
Yeah, it just came in yesterday. I got a box. A Federal Express came. It was like a 3 foot long big box. I says, "What the heck is this?" I didn't remember ordering anything, but I might have had one of those moments. I opened up and it's a microphone stand. I said, "Holy mackerel!" And then I remembered about maybe a week ago or something like that. You told me, you said that there's a little package coming. And we discussed it could be something illegal or whatever. But what I thought it was going, I thought you were going to send me. I thought you were going to send me something from Asante, some organic thing, which I already have mine anyways right here right now. I have my organic.
There you go.
You didn't have to do that, but I was surprised. But Jackson, thank you so much. I didn't tell anybody that it was you, but I knew it was you. But thank you so much. This is amazing. I've got a microphone stand here. That's so cool.
Well, I have to tell you, Bob. When I caught you doing the balancing it between, on your chest, I knew right then. Christy and I both knew we needed to send you a microphone stand.
I used to put it inside this little candle holder. That's where I had it most of the time. And that's why sometimes it wouldn't sound like it was far away.
I did.
Depending if I had the candle lit or not.
I did the same thing early on. I had it. I'll tell you a kind of a cool story, or not really, but it's funny. So I had it in this glass kind of small vase, and I would just put it in there, and it held it perfectly. And then one time I was getting ready for Friday Night Live, and it was showtime. It was like ready to go, and I set it down. It fell, and I went to grab it, and it shattered in my hand and cut my fingers. And so I'm live and I'm wrapping my fingers with a rag the whole time. That whole show, I'm bleeding, but nobody knew it.
The next time that happens, you put some cayenne pepper all over it. That'll stop the bleeding.
Okay, yeah, I'll be sure to keep some of that handy, Bob. Sounds like a great tip. By the way, nobody listened to what Bob just said there.
It works. It works. It works.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
it does.
It really does. It was one of the things that I shared yesterday in the syndication group we're in. It's one of those health related things. It really works. If you put it all over your wound, it'll clot it and it'll actually stop the wound. It's a really great thing. Cayenne pepper.
Wow.
You can drink it too.
Does it burn like crazy when you put it on the wound?
I don't think it does. I don't think it just kind of stops. I put it in one of those syndication groups just yesterday. I never heard of that before, so it's really pretty cool.
Well, you try that out next time and let me know how it goes.
I'll try not to. Well, I'm not going to drop my vase anymore. I'm not going to drop because my microphone won't be in here, and I'm not going to have to worry about picking it up.
Yeah, well, that looks a lot more sturdy than what I had.
Hey, before we go on, I just want to mention the call we have it before this call here, the 8 o'clock phone call, the Set It on Fire call. Now it's Dr. Doug Fireball, Angel Belichowski, and you a lot of times. So it's usually you and Angel and all the other people that pop in to talk before the show, and then every so often Angel speaks about once a week or so, and then you get a chance to speak as well. And usually Doug Fireball, but today you came out and you talked about Rocky and the Eye of the Tiger, and he told the story about how his dog, and I remember hearing that story where he sold his freaking dog just to get the funds to eat because he couldn't afford to feed him anymore, and then he went on. So Jackson, your call today was over the freaking top. That's why it was amazing. It was such a great call today. Thank you. That was fantastic. Probably one of the best Set on Fire calls that I've heard. Seriously, it was that good.
Wow, man, that is. I thank you very much. I got the 3 a.m. call, Bob. So and now there was but listen, this was like a high priority 3 a.m. call. This one had conditions, stipulations. Yes. Said I want fire. And so, boom.
Oh,
did I deliver some fire?
You delivered the fire absolutely delivered the fire today for sure. Oh yeah, you brought the fire in the fan as well. You fanned that fire, baby.
That was so fun. We can talk a little bit about that story if you want right now.
Talk about I mean, it was funny because you shared that story a little bit. You shared some Rocky stuff yesterday, just on Facebook. You shared that. But yeah, I heard that story before. So yeah, share that story. That's an amazing story.
Could I perhaps have been getting ready for the 3 a.m. call?
I think you probably were.
Here's what we need to hear, Bob.
Greatest title in the whole world, Dave. You lost that fight, Rock, for all the wrong reasons. You lost your edge. Now, when we fought, you had that eye of the tiger, man, the edge. And now you got to get it back. And the way to get it back is to go back to the beginning. You know what I mean? Maybe we could win it back together.
Maybe we can win it back together. I like that part.
Tiger, man.
Who doesn't start getting motivated when you hear that music? Eye of the Tiger, baby. Hey guys, I want to go ahead and I want to kind of share with you guys what you might have missed this morning. This is kind of some of the things we do on the call. I'm going to just breeze through it very, very quickly here, if you don't mind, Bob.
No,
and I entitled this message, Your Rocky Moment. And I want to ask you today, this moment, this month, this year, to let it be your Rocky moment. Where you allow distractions, will it be your Rocky moment, rather? Where you allow distractions, negative voices, past failures to stall your dreams yet again? Or will this be your Rocky moment? You know, you can almost hear the music. Actually, we just did. Dun, 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 dun. You get the gist. So are you going to hear that music and make this moment in time, that time where you said enough is enough? I'm ready to fight for my life, my dreams, and I'm going to win. Win. Are you going to hear that music? You can picture the scene. Thousands upon thousands of people cheering as you walk towards the ring. The crowd is going wild. They're cheering. They're yelling your name. Rocky, Rocky, Rocky. But sadly, you know what happens, guys, so many times is that we hear an awesome message of motivation, of tenacity, and about seizing the moment. But in no time, life throws us a right hook or a punch in the gut, and we quickly settle back into the mediocrity seat of our lives, the life we feel we deserve, the life we've been dealt, the life we can't escape, the place where we let our dreams stay our dreams. But I don't want this to be one of those times. I want you to have your Rocky moment. I'm not sure that I've ever met somebody who doesn't love the story of Rocky. And in that story, Rocky comes to a place in his life where he's ready to just give up. Apollo Creed, his former opponent, challenges Rocky, this time as a friend. And as Rocky sits there beat up by life at his lowest point, Apollo makes this proclamation. He says, it's all in your head, Rock. You've lost that edge. You've lost that eye of the tiger. He says, we held the greatest title in the world, babe. You lost that fight for all the wrong reasons, Rock. You lost your edge. And now, when we fought, he said, you had that edge, that eye of the tiger, and you've got to get it back. And the way to get it back is to go back to the beginning. Of course, guys, we all know that Rocky was a fictional character. However, Sylvester Stallone was born with no silver spoon in his mouth. No red carpets were rolled out before Rocky. In fact, Rocky Stallone was a struggling actor in every definition before Rocky. At some point, he got so broke, he sold his wife's jewelry without asking. He was unable to pay his rent. He was unable to buy food. He said at his lowest point that he went to a liquor store to sell his dog to whoever would buy it. He didn't have any money to feed his dog anymore, and he felt bad for him. He sold the dog for $25. He loved that dog. And he says as he walked away, he was crying. You ever been there? 2 weeks later, he saw a boxing match between Muhammad Ali and Chuck Wepner, and that match gave him the inspiration to write the script for the famous movie Rocky. He wrote the script nonstop for 20 hours. He tried to sell it, and then he got an offer for $125,000 for the script, but he just had one request with the script, is he wanted to star in that movie. He wanted to be the main actor, Rocky himself, but the studio said no. They wanted a real star. They said he looked funny. He talked funny. He left with his script a few weeks later, and the studio called him back and offered him $250,000. Can you imagine being broke? So broke you sold your dog for $25 and someone offers you $250,000, but Stallone refused. They even offered him $300,000, but he still refused. He said, I have to be in this movie. Well, the studio recognized the genius in that script and finally agreed, and they gave him only $35,000 for the script, but they let him star in it. And the rest is history. That movie won Best Picture, Best Directing, and Best Film Editing at the Oscars. And Sylvester Stallone was nominated for Best Actor. I guess they found a real actor in Stallone. The movie Rocky was even inducted into the American National Film Registry as one of the greatest movies ever. Hey, guys, I want you to hear me. I want you to hear the Apollo of your dreams today, telling you, do not lose this fight for all the wrong reasons. Do not lose this fight. Do not lose this moment, this chance to get it back. Maybe you just lost your edge, that eye of the tiger, and now you've got to get it back. You've got to get it back. And the way to get it back is to go back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning of when you dreamed of winning. Back when you believed you could achieve anything. Back when your dreams were fresh and exciting. Back to your passion. I want all of us to make the decision right here today, right now, that you are claiming right now to have your Rocky moment now. And get up, and guzzle down a dozen proverbial raw eggs and fight like you've never fought in your life for what you want. Because I am here to tell you, each and everybody who can hear my voice or see my face, that this is, if you'll go back to the beginning when you dreamed of winning, go back to the beginning and find your passion, your spirit, your fight, and allow it to fuel you towards your victory. Look straight up at success, grab that rope, set it on fire behind you, and climb it like you mean it with the eye of the tiger. Boom.
Boom.
Boom. Yeah.
Boom.
And that's it. You know, Bob, so many times, real quick, so many times, I mean, it is, life beats us up like Rocky. It throws those hooks, it throws those jabs, and it shows like, it's things like what you do every single day with gratitude, practice, gratitude, success, and putting that out there and letting everybody know, you know, and look inside and be grateful, because it's from that place of gratuity, that we find the strength. We find the strength to stand up and start fighting again, man. You're a beacon, and I'm grateful for you today.
Well, it's so important just to keep going. But you know, I have even a little bit of postscript to that story that you told today. The dog that he sold, you know, he actually bought the dog back. Did you hear about that?
I did. It's amazing. Yeah, he would.
Go ahead. Did you know? Do you know the rest of the story? What happened with that?
Well, yeah, he paid some. I guess the guy didn't want to give him the dog back. He ended up paying like a lot of money, but he got that dog back.
Yeah, he offered, like, I was like real soon, like right after, pretty close after he got some money, and he went to get him back because he felt so bad about doing it. He just couldn't feed him. That's the reason why he sold. He didn't want to get rid of his dog. He just couldn't afford to feed him. But so anyways, the fellow didn't take, he took money, but he also had a guarantee. He had to put him a spot in his very first movie. I forget which one he is, but the guy is in his first freaking movie. I don't know exactly. You can find it on YouTube or someplace you can find it, but he's the guy who's in the first Rocky movie.
For that kind of money that he had to pay, I'd have said, yeah, you can have a movie as a hanging meat in the meat locker.
He might have been the meat. No, that's an amazing story. That's such a cool story, because yeah, the guy was talking about somebody being down, like totally down, like where he was. Nobody believed in him, but yet he just bam, and look where he is now. It's just incredible. It's just an amazing story. Thank you so much for sharing that today. That was amazing.
You know what? You're so welcome. I was up. It's some things happened. You know, it was just I was in this place, and it just started. You know, I knew that story, but I wanted to incorporate. You know, kind of a motivation piece, because so many times, Bob, you know, it's like you just you know, so many people. If you look at successful people, which I love listening to Doug Firebaugh's Millionaire Road radio show, because he features folks, and he has a unique way of taking a celebrity or a story and then highlighting. Oh, it's almost like the person's there and there's an interview and there's not, but and sometimes there is. But the point is that every single story, you know, somebody made a decision. We talk about jumping. We talk about having a Rocky moment. That's really in my heart, because I know that a lot of people, Bob, are scared. And there's a lot of people that are, you know, they're kind of trapped and they're desperate. And I want to tell you today that, listen, calm down. Because it's gonna, you just need to go back. I've had to do the same thing. I had to go back, Bob, and I had to really remember my passion, because life beats you up, life gets you down, and we start settling, and we don't even know we're settling, you know. And I want to speak to that place every time now that I have an opportunity to speak. The Lord set it on my heart, and Christi's as well, to lift people up. There's so much on top of life's, you know, how life hits you. And how it comes at you, and it comes at you relentlessly, like Mr. T. I mean, it's just, and sometimes, you know, and that's why we cherish and we love those times that are great, like with you and Molly and your grandkids and stuff. And it's so awesome and wonderful to see that. That's celebrating life. We need to celebrate life, but we also need to remember our dreams. And if you have to get alone for a little while and you have to put on a Rocky song and you have to shed some tears, whatever you have to do, get this in your heart. Guys, this moment in time right now, there are alignments going on that can change your life. There are alignments and communities and connections that are happening right now, connections with the earth, connections with what's happening right now in the world. Paradigm shifts are happening right now in this world. And when you can get on that, it's like I talked about before, Bob, it's like getting on a tsunami. So if there's ever a time that you awake the Rocky inside of you, guys, do it now. Don't be hypnotized by the endless amounts of webinars and information overload. Get focused on that passion. Find something you can believe in. Find something that you can speak truth from your heart, and then stick to that thing and make that thing work, because this is your Rocky moment and the stars are aligned, guys. Listen, nowhere ever has it been that you can become anything you want with your YouTube channel, with your Facebook channel. If you've got a dream, start living that dream and be like Rocky. You have to star in this. You have to be in this script. No matter what comes, it has to be you, not the other guy, you, not the better actor, you. I want you to have your Rocky moment. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what you sound like. I don't care. Starting now, because the tsunami, the action, your Rocky moment, the stars being aligned are going to lift you up with all the tide, and you're good. All ships are going to rise. Listen, we got a great moment in time. It's a time for you to get back in touch with your dreams, back in touch with what that fire inside of you, and then light it up, man. Like Bob's doing.
Well, like what we're going to do tonight on Friday Night Live, we're going to talk about that. Do we have any time left to talk about who's going to be your guest tonight?
Well, it's good. My guest tonight is Christi Kelly.
Oh my God.
Yes, that's absolutely right. It's going to be Christi Kelly, and we're going to be talking about. It was hard to get her, hard to pin her down for this interview, by the way, Bob. It was. Her schedule is crazy these days. We're going to talk about tenacity. We're going to talk about a little bit of what we've kind of talked about tonight. We're going to talk about what it's like to work as a couple, as entrepreneurs, and some things that'll help people. We've done something kind of like this before, but I'm going to talk to Christi about the moment. Well, you'll see, but Christi will be the special guest. And it's going to be great.
Oh, that's going to be so cool. That's awesome. That's wonderful. I couldn't even imagine a better co-host than Christi tonight. That's great. She's always on anyways, but
she's the special guest star.
Well, she is the star. She is the star. Period. We know that.
we were surprised and honored, Bob, as you may have noticed. I don't know, but we were featured as one of MLSP's power couples this month, and MLSP put a big thing out. It's on my front wall, and so we're going to kind of move into that and how honored we are. We're going to talk a little bit about having tools in your toolbox. And really what it's like to operate as an entrepreneurial couple, since it's a power couple thing, and how we're just going to go back. Heck, Christi may interview me for a minute, so we're going to have some fun, and it should be a good time, brother.
I didn't think that was going to even work, that Friday Night Live thing.
Well, it's on the wrong night. That's the problem. It is, clearly.
Because we all know that Thursday is a better night than Friday Night Live.
It is. It's just got a better ring to it. I guess all of us marketers don't work on Friday night. We just go out and get hammered.
That's night you're supposed to be doing something else. Nobody's going to watch a show, an infotainment. What do you call it? What's the term that you call Friday Night Live? Infotainment. I think you call it that.
No, it's edutainment.
Edutainment.
Edutainment. Yeah.
Okay. All
Like
right.
education and entertainment together, edutainment, and actually, I think Christi coined that phrase right there. So I got to give credit where credit's due.
Exactly. Well, that's good. Yeah, she just typed in edutainment.
I was right. Just don't ask my anniversary, and boom, I'm good.
Oh, that's cool. That is just so awesome. I can't wait for tonight. And that show is always at 6 o'clock Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern time, and to just go Friday night. It'll be all over my wall, it'll be over Jackson's wall. You can always find it. It's always going to be around, to be available. So it's Friday Night Live show.
Hey, yeah, we're there. Hey, and I want to thank everybody for being here and supporting Bob and Practice Gratitude Success. Bob, you've had some wonderful shows. You've got Priscilla. Yesterday was just, oh my gosh. I mean, how could you? What if I had a nap time scheduled? Because entrepreneurs do not sleep; we nap. What if I had one scheduled right after that show yesterday? I would never have been able to nap. Think about that. Isn't that awesome? And so many other guests that you're having on, and it's just, man, thanks everybody, because it's a great thing, and we want to support Bob, and tell your friends about Practice Gratitude Success, because what a way to set off your day.
The cool thing about Priscilla and you, so I can just come on here and press the autopilot button and just sit back and let you guys just pretty much just kind of run it. And
now
awesome.
Now you don't have to balance your mic on your chest.
Hello, it's Bob Miller.
better than being inside of my little candle vase here anyway. So that's cool.
Well, thank you very much. Once again, it's been an awesome Friday. I can't wait to see everybody on Friday Night Live. Go out and crush it today and have your Rocky moment. And Bob, thank you, sir. It's always a pleasure. I'm humbled.
Jack, could you share the link to the Millionaire Roadshow again? Just share it over onto my Facebook wall, because it's the link that you shared. It's just so helpful. You can just click on it and then just go there and listen to it. Because I catch up a lot of work while I'm listening to that show. It's on for an hour right after this show every day for 5 days a week.
Yeah, I already did, actually, Bob. If you look, it's probably one post down, and there'll be a little live link where it says "Listen Live Online." Hit that link, and boom, it'll take everybody right there. Thank you again, and God bless everybody, and I love you.
Thank you, everybody. Tomorrow or Monday, I'm having. We've all heard of Robert Hollis. I'm having Robert Hollis's son, Robert Hollis Jr., is going to be on Monday, and then Tuesday I have Edie Galley. If you've ever heard of Edie Galley, she's an amazing lady. She's actually lost like over 100 pounds, and she's going to come on and really just fill us up with all kinds of information on Tuesday. So stay tuned for that. So I'll see you guys. Have a great weekend. Have a great Valentine's Day. Thank you so much for coming. And so just go out there and have yourself a great weekend and a great Valentine's Day. And I love you. So we'll talk to you next week then. Bye bye. Or see you on Friday Night Live tonight. Bye bye.